Hello everyone, this is PotterBrony. Welcome to another blind reaction of My Little Pony. This time we have Season 7, Episode number 13. Now, I don't know the title of this episode. This is actually the first time I'm going into an episode completely blind. I don't know the title of the episode. I don't know what's going to be happening. I haven't seen the synopsis. Recently I got invited into this group on the, the social media communications app called Discord. I'm sure plenty of people have heard of. Group specifically for MLP reactors, run by whatever. It's like in one of the 3 chat rooms, text chat rooms that they have there. One being for no spoilers, no spoiler talk at all. The other one being spoiler talk if you're fine with that. Spoiler talk up to a certain episode, I believe. And the third being links to downloads of the episodes. Now, normally I go through Equestria Daily for my link to a download, and that always comes with some spoilery possibilities. Title of the episode, image of characters in that particular episode, enough to kind of maybe give me a clue as to what it's going to be about. This time, all I have is the title of the video, of the file I have, is MLP S01E13, and nothing else. So I'm actually kind of excited to see, completely spoiler-free, knowing nothing about in a particular episode. So, as of now, though, it is June 21st. I'm not sure when I'm going to be posting this one, but, thanks Australia for the 2 episodes, episode number 12 and 13. Episode 12 was pretty fun, cute episode. Now let's see what episode number 13, the actual middle of the season, is like. So let's just get it started and see what they have in store for us. And starting the video. Hang on, where is it? Okay, starting the video in 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, got Apple Bloom. Is this a CMC episode then? Or an Apple Bloom episode? It doesn't have to be CMC.
Oh, thank you! You must be new. I'm Apple Bloom.
I'm Grand Pear.
Welcome to Ponyville.
You mean welcome back to Ponyville. Grand Pear was originally from here before he opened his famous Pear Jam store in Vancouver.
Really?
Vancouver.
Why'd you move back?
I needed a change of pace.
Huh.
Got a new character.
This is delicious. I can't believe I've gone my whole life without ever having this.
Glad you like it.
How much?
No.
Wow! Thanks, Mr. Grand Pear, sir. It was real nice meeting you.
Pear Jam. That's blasphemy to the Apple family.
Glad you're back, Sugar Cube. Just in time for breakfast for dinner.
I got the perfect topper for flapjacks at the market today.
Pear jam?
Yep.
What are you thinking?
Get that crap out of here! Uh-oh. Granny Smith can't see this crap.
Business. And get away from those gosh darn apples.
And then depression set in.
And we're back.
What's the big deal? It's just pear jam.
The big
Don't
deal is
talk
that there is a long
so loudly.
feud between the apples and the pears.
Yep.
Why?
Why?
I guess I was right on the
Actually,
the perfect
I'm
pear.
not really sure. You have any idea, Big Mac?
It's kind of like
Then I
Fields
guess
and
we
the
should
Colts.
ask Granny? Ask me what?
Nope, don't let her know about this.
What goes better with apple fritter flapjacks? Caramel syrup or praline?
Praline?
Yeah.
Oh, that smells great, Applejack. I'm gonna go wash up for supper. Be right back.
Listen, Sugar Cube. Anytime Big Mac and I ever asked Granny about the feud or the pears, she'd get so upset she couldn't talk. That's
Yeah, a little
not
jar
bring it up.
displaces a lot of dirt.
Okay, but that grandparent was really nice to me, even though I'm an apple. I wonder what happened.
Me too.
Maybe he
But
didn't know
if
you're
we
an apple.
Can't ask Granny. I don't know
I mean,
who.
you kind of look
We
like
can
one.
ask Goldie Delicious. If any pony knows about the feud, it's the family historian.
I'm in. What do you say, Big Mac? Sibling trip first
Yup.
thing tomorrow?
Yup.
Oh, that didn't take nearly as long as before. The magic of editing. Looks like you found some more stuff.
Now that's how you make an entrance. Or is it an exit? Well, anyway, it's so wonderful to see you three. To
Did you
what
say
do
that
I
before?
owe the pleasure.
Well, Goldie, we were hoping you could tell us about the feud with the apples and the pears.
Oh dear. Well, does Granny Smith know you're here?
No, ma'am. But I ran into Grandparent yesterday, and he was real nice. Maybe the feud was a misunderstanding or something, and we can fix it?
Well, I don't know about that, little one, but if it's the story you're after, I suppose you
Well,
have
she
a
doesn't-
right to know.
She didn't immediately get angry. She's just kind of worried.
Oh, Apple Family History, Volume 137.
So it can't be
Here we
that
are.
bad, right?
Feud with the bears. I mean, pears. My eyes ain't what they used to be. A long time ago, Sweet Apple Acres wasn't the only farm in Ponyville. In fact, there was another one just right next door.
Pear farm.
Come and get your apples. Nothing sweeter than biting into a crisp apple on a beautiful fall day.
Unless, of
Is that
course, you
Granny
can
Smith?
bite into a juicy pear.
Please, pears are just what happens when you ain't no good at farming apples.
I like your hair like that.
Pears are nature's candy. Apples are sour, like the expression on your face right now.
Not all
And
apples. There's a
so,
wide variety of them.
Granny and Grandpa were always at each other. Who was the best farmer? Who took better care of their trees? If Granny read to her trees at night,
And then the little tree reached its branches up to the moon. And
I like seeing this history stuff.
Good night.
why then Grandpa had special blankets made for his trees so they wouldn't get cold.
Good night, trees. I've got you covered.
In fact, all the apples and the pears were rivals to the core. The only apple and pear who ever got along were Bright Macintosh and Pear Butter.
I'm not supposed to talk to you.
I'm not supposed to talk to you either.
You're talking
My
awfully
mom
well
says
for toddlers.
if you hold a buttercup under your chin, it'll make your chin glow. But it doesn't work on me. See?
Does it work on me?
It sure does, Buttercup.
Buttercup. I like that name.
Wait an apple picking minute. Bright Mac and Buttercup, those are our parents' names.
Of course, Buttercup was
what?
just the nickname your father gave your mother, Pear Butter. Well, that was a
Those are
good
their
one.
parents?
Are you saying our mother was a pear?
So we are half pear?
Can't believe it. How did we not know?
Well, no pony called your mother Pear Butter. And her cutie mark was a preserved jar, but Pear Butter don't look too much different from apple butter, so no clues there.
Is there anything else you can tell us about them?
I know they loved each other very much. They had that magical, star-kissed
Are we getting the story-
side of a
Wait, are we actually getting the
rainbow.
story of their parents?
You couldn't be around them too long and not feel a little bit lighter than air yourself.
Anything else?
I'd need volume 138 for that. I'm sure I could wrangle it in a couple of days.
That's all
No,
right.
that cat
Goldie.
doesn't
It
look
was
too,
nice just to hear it.
I just remembered something. Your dad and his buddy Burnt Oak would get in all kinds of trouble together as colts.
Burnt Oak? The firewood sales pony? I haven't seen him in ages.
He and your dad were thick as thieves back in the day. Y'all should talk to him.
Interesting. Now they're suddenly...
Well,
Hey,
well, if
it's
it
a
isn't
dude
the
pony.
apples,
Or was.
what can I do for you?
I know you're not here for firewood. You got more trees than any pony in Ponyville.
You're right. We're not here for that.
Come to ask about your dad? Yup. Well, I wondered if you might. Hoped you would. It's nice to talk about him. We had a lot of laughs.
So they must be
In fact,
dead.
This one
They have
time,
to be.
well, we were racing.
They're
to
not
see who
talking
could
about
kill
them
the
as if-
fastest, and Bright Mac was leaving me in the dust. He would have won, too, if he wasn't so distracted.
Oh,
Yeah, I bet the Pears didn't like that.
Pear Butter, what did you do?
I'm not sure.
You didn't do it, sir.
Excuse me?
The water silo. It was my fault.
You owe me a new silo,
He
boy.
doesn't like that.
And you? Come with me.
This is a real Romeo and Juliet thing going
Gonna
here.
make goo-goo eyes at an apple.
Is that what happened to them? Because that would be way too dark for the show.
Grandpa never would have known it was your father's
And the show
fault.
dabbles in darkness, but
But there was no way he'd let your mother take the blame for something he did.
So Dad was super honest. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh, Applejack?
Your dad worked the apple farm all day and then headed over to the Pears on his breaks to fix the water silo. I didn't see him for weeks. Not that he minded. Gave him a chance to get to know your mom.
Did you know our mom, too?
Buttercup was a real peach of a pear. But if you want to know more about her, you should ask Mrs. Cake.
Mrs. Cake?
She and your
Oh,
mom
were they
were
friends?
inseparable when they were fillies.
Then let's go.
I'd like to see a young Mrs. Cake, which I'm sure we're probably gonna soon.
Would it be okay if we stopped by again sometime to hear more stories? I'd like that very much.
She's getting watery. I kind of am too right now.
Well, cinnamon sugar on toast. All three apple siblings.
Hi, Mrs. Cake. We heard you and our ma used to be real good friends, and we were hoping you could tell us a bit about her.
Oh, I would love to. I never knew the right time to bring it up, but I'm so glad you came. For starters,
Well, sure, use
did
that as
you
an
all
excuse.
know that it was your mom who convinced me to pursue baking?
What isn't your name, Mrs. Cake?
Not always. Back when I was Chiffon Swirl, I had no idea what I was supposed to do. But
Oh, so
luckily,
that's your married
Mom
name.
brought me some candied pears, eggs, flour, sugar, and vanilla, and told me to just be creative.
That's not how you bake.
And I knew I was whipping up pear upside down cake, and I got my cutie mark. It was like she knew what I was supposed to
Yeah,
do
those are
long
cupcakes.
before I did.
Just like you, Sugar Cube. Or rather, you're just like her.
That was the first of many cakes for me,
Hmm.
and Buttercup was with me through it all. She'd be my taste tester, help with the decorating, and prep new ingredients. Over the years, I perfected my recipes. Your mom did so much for me. One day, I wanted to surprise her with a cake.
But she was in the middle of something. Smooth. Real smooth, buddy. Crap.
Oh, it's just you. Sorry. I just brought you a little something to say thank you. But I see you're busy.
Promise you
Little
won't
bit.
say anything?
Oh, crap.
What in tarnation are you doing, Brat Mac? We do not fraternize with pears. Patooey!
Mom.
You and Bright Mac? Oh, I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Your families hate each other.
I can't help it. We just sort of happened.
Then Pear Butter told me the sweetest love story I have ever heard.
Happy 131,456-hour anniversary, darling.
Wow,
What?
keeping real good track of
That's
things.
way longer than we've been together.
I know, but it's the anniversary of the first time I called you Buttercup. It's okay if you didn't get me anything.
Actually,
Hint,
I did.
hint.
A guitar for me, but
A song?
I don't know how to play.
Quiet, you.
We're far apart in every way, but you're the best part of my day. And sure as I breathe the air, I know we are the perfect pair on a prickly path that goes on for miles. But it's worth it just to see you smile. And I cannot be pulled apart from the hold you have in my heart. And even if the world tells us it's wrong, you're in my head.
I guess that's the
like a
best way
catchy
they could dance with each
Wow,
other.
it's just, wow.
Do you like it? Be honest now.
It's the best gift you could have given me.
Seasons change and leaves may fall, but I'll be with you through them
God damn it.
all. And rain or shine, you'll always be mine. On a prickly path that goes on for miles.
Oh, Granny Smith's kind of a bitch.
Who makes it all worthwhile. And you should not blame me too if I can't help falling in love with you.
Hey, no fair. I was gonna tell you the same thing.
You're just mad I beat you to it.
I'm telling you, I was gonna pull you up, cover your eyes, lead you over here, and say, surprise! And then you'd say, oh, Bright Mac, I love it. And then I'd say, I love you. Too bad it didn't work out, though.
Yep, too bad.
The pears are moving.
I mean, I figured the pairs moved, but I didn't know all that stuff happened before with Granny and Grandpa.
It must have been really hard on our parents.
Oh, it was.
We're moving to Vancouver? But that's so far.
It's what's best. There's acres of untouched land and a warehouse to make our jams. We'll get to expand our business and get away from those gosh darn apples.
Pear Butter was devastated, but seeing no way out of it, she did what she had to do.
So, that's it?
What do you want me to do, Bright Mac? We're moving.
Stay.
I love you, but I have to stay with my family.
Then Bright Mac did the most romantic thing I've ever seen any pony do.
You were watching? From where?
We're gonna need one more pony to tell that story.
Mayor, you knew our parents?
Not as well as Mrs. Cake, but I did play a part in their love story. The night before the Pear family moved, Bright Mac
Oh, you
asked
get
me
to
to
do
meet
something
him
now.
at the edge of Sweet Apple Acres.
I don't want
Pear.
to be apart from you, ever. I'm not sure what we'll do.
They're
but
getting married now.
I'm sure of us. So sure that I'd marry you today.
I would too.
I think that's my cue. I had the honor of officiating your parents' secret wedding, and it was perfect. Bright Mac knew Buttercup wouldn't want a big splash,
Reminds me of some pony else I know.
Yep.
so they had a special way to seal their vows.
I now pronounce you. What is going on? What's with all these here candles?
Pear Butter, where are you? You're supposed to be.
Ah, crap.
What are you two doing?
Ma, Grandpa, Buttercup and I are in love.
What? And we'll be married as soon as Mayor says.
Oh, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Doesn't that
Now
feel
back
nice?
away.
Mwah.
What are you talking about, married? You two can't be married.
Finally, something we can agree on. Pear, Butter, enough of this nonsense. We're moving. And you gotta stick with your family.
But the apples are my family now, too.
You can't be serious. Are you choosing to be an apple over being a pear?
Are you making me choose?
Yes, I am.
Dick.
Then yeah, I guess I am.
Fine.
I can't believe Grandpa just up and left Ma like that. No wonder Granny never told us about any of this.
These things are never easy.
And it's hard to know when it is a good time.
It seems to me that now's as good a time as any.
To talk to both our grandparents.
Oh, that's right. That's their grandfather.
Grandpa?
I'm Applejack, and this year's Big Macintosh. But you already know who we are, don't you?
Sure do.
Did you really move to Ponyville just for a change of pace?
No.
Then you came here because you're sorry and you want to get to know us too?
I'm so sorry. I was just so angry, but I never...
It's in the past, Grandpa.
Shit. Why did you do this to me?
Oh, can I call you Grandpa Pear?
Sure can.
Now, where'd you all get to? I ain't seen Hydra Harriers all day.
We've been all over, learning about our parents.
Go, you have.
And our grandfather.
So, you're back, huh?
Some wounds.
Sure am. Never should have left.
Finding you and learning all about Mom and Dad, I feel like I found a piece of me I didn't even know was missing.
Hearing their story makes me feel closer to them somehow.
I'm sorry. I should have told you all about them sooner.
And I should have been here. I can't believe I let a silly feud keep me from my family.
Nothing's keeping you from us now. Let's not miss anything else.
Applejack's right. Welcome back, prickly old Pear.
Thanks, you old crabapple.
Now that we're all together, there's something we want to show you. Mom and Dad left us something to remember them by. Come on!
Wow. It's beautiful.
It's
And it just hits me again.
impossible.
If anything's gonna make it through, it's apples and pears.
All right. Jesus. That was really. I really don't know what to say to that one. Yeah, let's. I'm just thinking about this for a minute. They didn't go into why they're gone. Obviously they are dead, but that is not. Ah, crap! What an episode to not know anything about going into. Finally get the story of the Apple siblings' parents, and yeah, it did have a very Romeo and Juliet feel to it, and sadly they did end up dead in the end. I mean, the way that they're talking, they never explicitly say it, but the way that they're talking, you can't really deny it, you know. I'm sure that there are some people that are still hopeful, but they can't be very, very many at all. And that's one of the things I think that if the parents just, like, came back from vacation or something, especially after episodes like this one, they just show up again after being gone for so long. Yeah, that'd be a showbreaker for me. I'm like, out. That type of stuff just won't work. And hopefully more people will agree with me on that one than they did on my thoughts on Starlight getting called by the map. A few episodes ago. Jeez, this one, I'm still trying to... I'm sorry. What is it with this season so far? It's hitting me. I started to get a little misty-eyed in episode 10 when the Royal Sisters are talking and admitting how hard the other one has it and how they never seem to notice, and their apologies for that. But this one just was on a whole nother level. Characters I had never met. It was like always kind of in the back of my head for 7 seasons now. Finally get to see them. It's a really sweet story, but goddamn, just knock it off. That was a proper mid-season finale, it really was. It would be either that or episode 10, which most of it was fantastic, except for that one little thing that I still don't like, but I'm over hating it. I just don't, I could do without it. But this one, I can find no fault at all in this episode. It was just... holy crap. I had no idea what I was expecting. I wasn't actually expecting anything because I didn't know what was going to be happening in this episode. But this, I wasn't expecting this. And, last time it was like this with an episode was, Crusaders of the Lost Mark. And that one just came out of left field. The very end is just became a blubbering freaking mess. The show doesn't normally do it like that, but when it does, well, this show does it to others. Like, to me, it doesn't really normally do this type of thing to me. But when it does, it just might as well just, like, stab me right in the chest. It's like, I can't even get words out properly. No talk good now. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Fantastic freaking episode. Really love that one. I think that's one of my favorites so far of the entire series. It's definitely up there. Holy crap, this is going to be tough to watch other people's reactions to, which I normally like to do, but depending on if I like the episode or not. This one, I love that episode, and just looking forward to seeing what other people think of it. Hopefully I'm not the only one, and I don't think I will be, that is reduced to this. So, yeah, that was fantastic. And that's all I have to say on that one. Well, I want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that just as much as I did. And I'm going to end this one here. Okay, every pony. Now that that blubbering mess is done, I can finally cut in and talk about this with a more level head. Yeah. There is not much else that I want to say about this episode, other than, how fantastic it was, how much I love it. This is definitely in the top 10, if not 5, of my favorite episodes of this particular series. But there is one topic, just one, that I want to talk about that you may have found lacking in my reaction to it. And that topic is William Shatner. That's right. I did not notice William Shatner was in this episode at all. Say what you will, whatever weak-ass excuse you'll accept from me. Was it the southern accent? Was it the fact that I honestly forgot that he was going to be part of Season 7 and wasn't actually expecting it? Or that I was just distracted by what was going on in this particular episode? But, yeah, William Shatner, fantastic freaking job that guy did, didn't he? So, to him, I just really want to say, like, thank you for adding so much to this series. That character, I was hoping for him to portray one of the family members of the main six. A long-lost grandfather never came to mind. I was kind of hoping and thought, if you remember, that I was wondering if that was William Shatner playing Rainbow Dash's dad. But then quickly realized that it wasn't. But this time I just completely missed it. And he really did such a fantastic friggin' job. So, thank you, William Shatner, for taking this, for adding so much just awesomeness to this series, to this episode. They couldn't have picked a better person to portray their long-lost grandfather. Yeah, so now I can finally say thank you all for watching, truly, and finish this one here. Take care. Bye.